Welcome back, everybody! Are you ready to go ahead and do what we've been waiting for 10,000 years for? Well, for you it's one day. For me it's 10,000 years though, because I haven't recorded in like almost a week. Not really, it hasn't been a week. I'm just kidding, everyone. What am I talking about? Do I even remember what I was doing? I said I was going to examine things and talk to Gumshoe. I'm pretty sure that's what I said anyway. That's the door we came in through! Looks like you don't need an ID card to get out. I wonder what would happen if Officer Marshall cut the power while we were inside. ... Let's hope he remembers we're in here. What if he was the one who cut the power on purpose though? You never know. Wow! Blech, excuse me. Look at this big pile of junk in the corner. Look, that looks like a car door. That's exactly what I said, Phoenix. How do you know? There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. You mean this thing right here? Is that what they were talking about? Looks like I can't examine that one directly. It looks like it was the same exact hitbox for whatever reason. So I wonder what this thing could be right here. It could be something probably. Oh my gosh, I want to get right in the center of it. There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot, too. Bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. If you're going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. I mean, what's wrong with that anyway? I mean, I don't see any problems with that. If you don't want to tuck your shirt in, that's fine with me. It's absolutely fine. This place is stuffed with evidence, stuffed with dreams. I'm not so sure about the dreams. It won't open. I guess I should have known. Hey, pal, our security is high-tech around here. It won't open, so why didn't she get zapped? I thought she was supposed to get, like, zapped or something if she tried opening it without the proper fingerprints. I'm confused, or the right password even. Wasn't it like a fingerprint and a password? I don't know. Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is! Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere, but I wonder what that could be. Right, pal, that's the metal, that's that metal detector. The one that led to the solving of the case out on Gourd Lake, remember? Oh, right, wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a radio locator. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, Gumshoe. That cheap-looking box? You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. And obviously, you got a lot of heart, Gumshoe. Assume it's the same as those other lockers, so yeah, that'd be correct then. All right, what do we got over here then? I wonder. Some paints, perhaps? No, that's nothing there. So what about any special comments about this one then? What's this? Blood? It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright! What if there are other bloodstains left in that room? We should use her testing fluid to check it out. Which I already did, in fact, so no need to do anything about that now. Examine! What is a saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here? In the evidence room? So, he must not have been in the studio at the time of the murder then. Oh no. Anyway though, same thing I believe. Yep, that was easy to figure out anyway. What is this thing here? Is that little white thing important? Someone left a glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Rubber glove added to the course record. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we actually added something to the court record right there. What's this thing? Oh. Well, it looked like it was something special, so I don't know. So let's see. What about you? Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me have to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from The Case. The Case? The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces here, there? Another piece of SL9 evidence? Check it out closer. Why would I look for other evidence? I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. You want to try to put it back together? Ha, good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a round tube of glue. Okay. Well, this piece looks like at the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Oh, no. Oh, no! What am I gonna do? Okay, so... I'm not good at puzzles. I hope you know that. I'm really terrible at puzzles, in fact. Alright, let's see what we can do then. What would go correctly with that little piece right there? How many do we even have? Okay, 8. That's not terrible. It could be worse, I suppose, anyway. So let's see. That's the top, anyway, it looks like. We probably don't want that right away, anyway. Does this fit anywhere? Does this fit anywhere? Oh my god. Ah, puzzles! Why? I'm terrible at puzzles, everyone. I'm absolutely horrible. Will I figure this out? I have no idea. This might take the entire episode for all we know. What would that one fit? No, I don't know. I don't know, everyone. I don't know! Let's give that a shot. Oh. Oh, I see. Maybe I should just try every single combination, every single spot, and just see if it works. I mean, if they're gonna automatically reject me anyway. It seems like it's related to the top, isn't it? Well, wait a second. I'm a little I can't go up or down, though, so... I wonder about that, anyway. Is that... No. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that twice. I just did the same failing move twice in a row, everyone. Oh my gosh, what do I do? Yeah, I don't know, everyone. I'm really actually kind of stuck. None of these look like they actually work with this for some reason. Which is why I'm a little bit confused. So, everyone. You saw the pieces already. Which piece do you think's gonna work here? I'm probably just gonna randomly try this because I mean apparently they're not gonna punish me for being stupid or anything. So I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. But obviously they're not. So I don't know. I don't know anything really. I swear it's gonna be something completely random and obscure that I have no idea what the heck I'm doing right there. It's like, how does that fit? Like, I don't know. It's magic, of course. Only magic works with magic, of course. That's what we all mean, everyone. I don't know how. Oh, I see now. Okay. I don't really actually see still, but anyway, we got rid of one of them. So if you said fragment number 5 was the one that would work, then you are correct, everyone. Congratulations. That one might be the one that works, maybe. No. This way? No. What am I talking about? What am I doing, everyone? I don't know what I'm doing here. I should probably just... Moving on, then, everyone. Just moving on. Let's try evidence number 4 real quick. That looks like that... Yeah, that doesn't look like that's gonna work. The fact that it shrinks, it fools me, really. There's another straight line here. It's kind of got a... Maybe that? Oh, there we go. Nice. It's getting easier, everyone. It's getting so much easier. This one's gonna have an interesting shape to it, then. How would this one work? Would it be this one? Yeah, I'd say it's this one, actually. Alright. Okay, getting better at this. Now that I'm eliminating pieces of evidence, I can figure this out a lot easier now. Straight line. But what would have a straight line, though? I wonder. Perhaps this one, maybe? Uh-huh. You don't say. That actually was the one that we were looking for. And then this one would be... I don't know, everyone. I don't know. Wait a second. No, I think it is this one. I twisted that away, and then I put it right there. Oh, this is an ugly-looking pot, though. Good lord. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm not even going to lie about it. Why should I lie about it? If it's an ugly-looking pot, then it's an ugly-looking pot. Nothing you can really do about that. Huh. Doesn't look like that would fit, though. Where would that fit? Okay then, so maybe this is gonna be my first wrong answer in a little while, everyone? Would that go? No. Maybe? No. I don't really know, everyone. Oh, maybe that one does work. Aha! You don't say, everyone, you don't say. And then obviously that N is gonna go in. That was easy. I got a missing piece, though. Why do we have a missing piece? Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. That only took me 2 minutes to do. The problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar added to the course record. Alright, you actually haven't even looked at the new evidence yet. The rubber gloves, eh? Let's have a check on that one. Actually, first of all, the tag reads SL9 incident, extremely thin rubber glove. Alright, that's cool. So let's see, we got a tag here. The tag says SL911. I guess it's another piece of evidence from that case. You know, I never did care for the word tag. It's confusing. Huh? What's so confusing about that? Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag. Zag, and also a few inappropriate words for that matter too. Is that a word? Do you challenge me? What are we playing, a word game now? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, but things are just getting kind of weird if you ask me anyway. So let's see, there's nothing in the glove, no evidence in the glove, I guess, apparently. Why is this evidence? I don't know. What exactly did this glove have to do with anything? It makes you wonder sometimes. So anyway, jar pieced back together from the fragments found at this crime scene. A piece is missing. Alright, so what do we got here? Obviously blood. Hey, look here, it's hard to make out, but there's a dark red stain here. Looks like blood. Of course, the piece that has all the blood on it, it's the one that's missing. I mean, obviously there's blood in these pieces too, but not as much. Probably a big stain on the missing piece. Do you think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on it when he was stabbed? Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. This jar was evidence in the SL9 incident. That might be when the blood got on it. Interesting. You don't say there, eh, Phoenix? Alright, so anything over here? No, nothing over there. I mean, some of these things might have two things to examine, but I don't know if this one's one of them. Maybe, maybe not. Ooh, you can see right down the center of that pot. Look at that. That's quite the. Ooh, you can see right down there too, apparently. Huh? This thing doesn't have a bottom. That's weird. I wonder which side is up. Better yet, what's the purpose of a bottomless jar? ... At least it doesn't collect dust inside, right? Oh, it still would. Emma, I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand how dust even works, for Pete's sake. Dust is one of those terrible things that you can never really get rid of for sure. Or can you? Alright, let's see. What else do we have left then? I mean, we already examined that. That was the pot, I'm pretty sure. If you put these pieces together, it makes a jar. There are two things that bother me. One, why are some of the pieces missing? Two, doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke. I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar. Don't make it unstable, of course. Phoenix, geez, man. Someone left the... Okay, I was wondering if maybe they'd say something different now that we collected the evidence, but... Alright, so it looks like the last thing we need to look at is this open locker, perhaps? Maybe? Okay, let's see. Look, this one's open! And there's an indicator tag stuck on it still. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker? Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. So if they've already taken the contents, then what's the point of leaving it open now? Seems like you kind of already... I mean, I guess I can see why, but there's not really any point to it, is there? At least I don't think so. Alright, let's present the two new things and let's get to talking with them. Allow me to say one thing. I've said this before. And you probably don't want to hear it again, even though it was last episode. So heck with it. Let's just skip it. Let's just get on with it. Talk about the SL9 incident already. I've been waiting for this for 15 years now. Jeez. Even though it happened only a couple years ago, but I don't care. Now that was a bloody violent case. Violent. So it was a murder. It's always a murder, Phoenix. It's always a murder. A serial killing! A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago! That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight, and started the rumor mill. Rumors? About forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transfer the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SO9 incident, see? So that switchblade knife? The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Hey, pal, look at the time! Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's Inquiry Committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to give them my report for the day. It might help, you know. Wait a second, I've seen that pamphlet before, I'm pretty sure. No, I haven't. Or have I? I don't know. That person on the pamphlet does look familiar, though. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? That one says nothing but, no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Like, I'm pretty sure that was actually not added to the court record, but that pamphlet, though, I'm pretty sure if that is the same thing, I have seen that character before. He's actually in one of the later games. It's kind of weird, actually. Because this game, technically, I mean, it did come out after the second and third games of the series. It's just a remake. Obviously, the second and third games on the DS came out after this, but this game specifically came out after the second and third games. In this case, of course, being exclusive to the DS version. So this case came out after the second and third the second and third games of the series. So, you know, they're able to poke fun and make references. So, what I was talking about with the attorney's badge earlier is like, oh, you couldn't lose that. Well, I mean, actually, I don't mean to spoil anything, but I mean, Phoenix does actually lend his attorney's badge to a certain someone in a later game, in a later case. I won't say exactly what, but he was like, oh, I'd get caught for sure. Yeah, that person didn't get caught, so yeah, no. That argument doesn't fly with me, Phoenix. Oh, boy. Anyway, though, yeah, sure. It is what it is. Anyway, what am I doing now? I guess I'm gonna move. I suppose. Heck, why not? Let's just get out of here. Alright, Marshall, what do you got to say about this new stuff that I got here? Evidence room, floor plan. That's a lot of stuff, actually. So let's see. Evidence room. Well, actually, wait. What about you, Marshall? Do you have... I mean, don't you have your own ID or something? Maybe not. I don't know. What do I know? I mean, I already showed it to you, but maybe you still want to give me your ID for anyway. For anyway, yeah, totally. The sheriff's back in place. I don't care. Oh my gosh, jeez, what am I doing? I got no information to share to you about with the likes of you about stuff that I don't know about. It's not like I have any evidence. It's not like I have my own locker here. I don't really understand it, but it just is what it is. So then, Mr. Marshall, have anything to say about this jaw? I didn't think so. I don't know. I mean, I figured if you say anything, you'd say something about either the glove or the jar, but you didn't say anything about the glove, so it's like, probably not. Doesn't seem very likely anyway. Alright, that's it. That's it for that. Alright, sorry, Detective Marshall. I guess you're just useless to me now. It's rather unfortunate. I like you when you're actually useful, but you're not really useful, unfortunately. What if I examine the statue again? Or not the statue. What is this thing even called? The Blue Badger. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's... I don't know if it's a statue. It's just something. Blue Badger panel. Work of art. It doesn't really say, but... Either way, it's a something. I'll just call it a statue, because why not? That was... Wait. I didn't mean to start up a cutscene. Oh. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday. By the way, they won't let me skip this. That's the only reason I'm not doing that. Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel he's going to do something naughty. Foreshadowing? I wonder. I do wonder, actually. Anyway, Wright & Co. law offices. Nope, I guess not. Well, no, nothing there either. I mean, they didn't say anything the last time either. It was like, hey, I got things to say, even though I didn't say I had things to say. Huh. Alright, so anyway, you got something to say about this stuff, Meekins. Oh yeah, you might have something to say about the ID card. Let's see, Goodman's lost item report. Let's see what you got to say about this. Really? For Pete's sake, one of those could have been your ID card, for Pete's sake. I could have understood the real answer behind what's going on here. Nothing about the evidence locker either. I don't know why. I just keep thinking something's going to happen here because, you know, he's involved directly with this apparently because he was in the evidence room. Like, hey, I recognize that locker. I've seen an evidence locker like that before. I was in that room. It was quite amazing, really. Just got to make sure I also not missing any talking points because sometimes I just do that for absolutely no reason. The underground parking lot, I guess? I don't get it. I really don't get it, but whatever. Let's see now. What have we got new here? We got... Is that new? I don't... Well, I mean, it is new, I think, for her, but nonetheless, it's not a new dialogue here. What? Nothing? No one has anything to say about this. I thought I was just supposed to go presenting it around to people and just hope that they say something. They're not saying anything. They're just being like, nah, I don't care. Actually, I'd be kind of surprised if she said anything about the evidence locker stuff, because, I mean... Well, okay, maybe she'll say something about the DL6, SL9 stuff, but, I mean... I don't know, at the same time, it's like, oh, I remember that from that case I worked on, SL9, oh my gosh, look at that. But I hope maybe she'd give me some kind of clue as to what it's meant for, why is it related to this case at all, if it is related to this case, but I'm not going to say anything, because that's just how she is, unfortunately. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office, Room 1202, is it Edgewood time? What the? What are you doing here? Ah, guest, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave, so long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by his window, a teacup in his hand. So elegant with his tea in hand. Even though I don't see it in his hand, because they didn't bother animating a sprite with him holding tea for some reason. They should have, but they didn't. Or did they? Maybe we'll see one in this animation, who knows? Hey, it's you. He has the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? Precisely. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Oh yes, he brought me some information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. Yep, that is exactly what they're referencing. I think he was trying to console me somehow. I think the report is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth! I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. I don't know about that. I mean, he's probably fine, but he probably doesn't really care. Who does he? Maybe he does. Inquiry Committee. So, how did the Inquiry Committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. I know exactly what you're talking about, Edgeworth. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the chief of police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you? Why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Or have you? Maybe you really have, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Alright, let's see. What do we have new exactly? I wonder. Is this new? I don't know. Oh, wait. Yeah, we have to read this first. ... Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright! Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner. Whose side are you on, anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, I'm still gonna show him... What? ... I know you. You probably got a hold of some information already, right? It has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life, as I recall. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. A bad memory. He's talking about the murder in the elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. That'll probably unlock some dialogue, I'm sure, anyway. Alrighty then, well that's interesting. I like how it started out with the exact same ... but it ended up being something completely different. You just never know sometimes. You might be like, hey, this is gonna be something completely new, or the same I should say, then ends up being completely different. Who would've guessed it? It's a miracle, isn't it? What the? Oh, come on, Edgeworth, stop doing that. I guess that's gonna happen every time I show some SL9 evidence, isn't it? I guess it makes sense. I mean, this is the SL9 incident, oh my gosh. It's the most amazing case since DL6, for Pete's sake. The one case that... Oh, right, I better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The Chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I better make a note of it. Unrelated evidence screwdriver added to the court record. Well, I mean, if it was really unrelated, then it wouldn't be added to the court record, would it? Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Well, maybe it does. You never know, man. ... I can't believe it. What is going on here? Do you have anything to say about this locker? No? Nothing to say about the locker? What about that chessboard over to the right? Maybe you have something to say about that, just because why the heck not? Why don't you have anything to say about this? This is related to SL9. For Pete's sake, you said something about the knife, but not the other stuff. That's kind of weird, actually. Okay, whatever. Nothing to say about the new screwdriver we just added to the court record for no reason. Alright. Evidence around past case of Edgeworth. Brought back to his office by Gant's request. Gant, you're being a little bit suspicious with your stuff, I see, anyway. Tag. The tag says AI-16. What's that got to do with anything? Nothing, apparently. At least that's what Edgeworth said. That makes it seem all the more suspicious. Who knows? This might turn out to be the clue that breaks the case. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, it sure would, wouldn't it now? Alrighty then, let's see, what do we got here? Nothing over there. I should really just use the bottom screen for that rather than scrolling. What the heck am I doing here? It's just a waste of time, everyone. So much wasting time. Oh my gosh, nothing there. What else is new? I'm surprised. Not really. I'm not really surprised, everyone. I'm lying about things. What am I doing? Oh no. Okay, anyway, what are we doing? We're gonna have a talk, I suppose, about the allegations of forgery. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too then. He was the best we had, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow! You got nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is, why was a Deputy Chief of Police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? You still working on that scientific investigation? Huh? Yes, of course! Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid. Well then. You might have a use for this. Oh boy, this is where it begins, I think. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints! It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Fingerprinting size and fingerprint file received. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. I suppose we'll go take a look at that right very now, in fact. Anyway, let's see if this actually works or not, because I'm pretty sure this is exactly what we've been referring to this entire time here. Or I've been referring to this entire time, I should say. It's the moment of truth, everyone! Will the microphone work? Will we be continuing this series? I have no idea. I hope so. I do hope we're continuing this series, though. It would be a darn shame if we ended up having to cancel the series. Well, temporarily, anyway. It'd be a long temporary, but it'd be temporary nonetheless, anyway. February 23rd, Evidence Room, Sector 3. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood, on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Alright, simple enough, I suppose, anyway. Can we actually do this, though? That's what I want to know. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have it left behind the clearest print. Really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Alrighty then, let's just go with the thumb, because why the heck not? Or actually, let's go with this one, because why the heck not? Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? Just touch the screen, see? Ah, it looks like that. Breaking the fourth wall? It looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder... Then again, they do break the fourth wall a lot, especially in the first case when they're trying to explain things to you. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? You just blow, with your breath. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Wow, looks like fun. It might take some getting used to, though. Yeah, especially if it doesn't work at all. It's fine, it won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick, and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I'd better give it a try. She sure does know a lot about this already, all things considered anyway. Really, I have to press the screen every single time, apparently. So let's see then. Will this work, everyone? Put it on in excess, as they say, you know? Don't leave anything behind here. Just overdo it completely, because why the heck not? I don't know. I'm just saying that if you don't overdo it, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble, everyone. You're gonna be in so much trouble. It's gonna be absolutely crazy. Alright, so no one to choose. This is work here. It is not working, everyone. Ah, crap. I'm gonna have to do some more testing, apparently. Alright then, well, I guess this is a good point. Is this a good point to stop the episode? No, I should probably include my results at the end of the episode. Alright, well, normally I would be ending the episode right about now, but I need to do some, I guess I need to do some tests anyway, so I will be right back, I will be right back, everyone, so we'll see if this works. Alright, everyone, it looks like it actually works, so good news! We're gonna continue the series, everyone! Oh my gosh, we're not canceling it! I don't know how. It doesn't work. It doesn't work when I want it to work on, like, random things, but for this, it apparently works, so I guess, you know, for now, I guess we're A-okay, so you know what? I'm actually very glad. I was worried from the beginning, like, oh, am I gonna be able to do this case? How am I gonna do this? I've heard that this apparently doesn't work for some people, but it works for me, I guess. At least right now, anyway. I don't know if there's gonna be more stuff later on, but oh my gosh, look at that crazy stuff. Aha, you did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now you mention, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? It thinks it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. ... Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker again closely, it seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Yeah, I wonder what that could be anyway. I can't save right now. I guess I'll keep going until I get a save point anyway. Alright, here we go. Put some more powder down everywhere. I really wish you could actually hold the touchscreen, like drag it, but you literally have to press it every single time. That's kind of annoying, actually. I'm not gonna lie. It is just a little bit slightly annoying, but it is what it is here. So, I guess we're just gonna keep doing that until we make something work out of it, right? Blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, it's good. I'm pretty sure that's good anyway. Here we go. Let's blow it off. Yeah, print's so clear, it's dazzling. Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Alright, let's figure this out. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth, and point out the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would we most likely find in this evidence locker? I don't know. Can I do some comparisons anyway? It looks like it wasn't that guy. Okay then. So let's see. Oh yeah, it was Detective Gumshoe's locker. Actually, I was like, wait, why am I looking at Gumshoe right now? I should have just went further to the right. Let me look at all these fingerprints anyway. Maybe there's some crazy things going on with this stuff anyway. Why do I have her fingerprints? How is hers going to be relevant at all? I don't really know. But anyway, whatever. Detective Gumshoe, it's yours. I'm pretty sure. I mean, that looks like a perfect match to you, doesn't it? Well, comparing. 6, 8, 11, 14, 16. Yeah, comparison complete. Match found. Congratulations. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. ... Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. But you know, next time you'll get no sympathy from me. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Well, I suppose on the next exciting episode, we will check it out, in fact. So anyway, I guess before I end today's episode, though, I got a random question. This is the first... Actually, wait, no, it's not. That's actually not true. I was gonna say this is the first episode I recorded in the Nintendo Direct, but that's not true, actually. I just forgot to talk about it before. I'm curious, though. I mean, if any of you watched that Nintendo Direct, what do you think about that? It's kind of, random question today, I suppose, anyway. I gotta say, though, Fire Emblem Fates Special Edition, oh boy. All 3 things, I didn't even know there was going to be a third thing, actually. I knew, obviously, there was going to be 2 things. I didn't know there was going to be a third thing, too. Kind of surprised me. All 3 things, though, in one game cartridge. It sounds very great. I'd like to get that, but... I literally checked that the day after that the Direct happened, because I wasn't thinking, for some reason, I did not think to do it right away. So I waited, I didn't check until the next day, and the pre-orders on it were already sold out. So, Nintendo being Nintendo, always selling out of pre-orders right away, not thinking ahead like, oh, this is going to be extremely popular, so let's have 1 million pre-orders available for this or something like that. That really does kind of suck, though. I hope they have more available at some point, because... gonna say, if they don't have more available, oh boy, I'm gonna be upset at that, because I want all of them on one cartridge. I want that extra stuff too. I mean, the price seems fair. I'd say it's about the price of a normal game, really, or well, 2 normal games plus plus DLC if you want to count that other thing as DLC. They got kind of weird stuff, I suppose. And then Twilight Princess HD. Then what else did they reveal? I don't know. I already forgot everyone. Oh yeah. Yeah, I suppose this is probably something that's worth talking about. Cloud and Smash Brothers. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Seriously, what is up with that? I'm not really sure if that was like necessary. I would like to have seen it. I thought for sure Namco working on the game. I thought we'd get a Tails character before a Final Fantasy character. Just like Namco maybe like tell Nintendo, hey, can we get one of our character in like the Tails series in before a Final Fantasy character? So that way we can like kind of. Advertise our own series. There's no point putting Cloud in the game because he's never been on the Nintendo system outside of like maybe spin-off games. I don't know about that because I don't really play Final Fantasy games. I played Crystal Chronicles on GameCube, but I really have not really had much of a Final Fantasy experience, so I'm not really super familiar with the series. But if I'm not mistaken, though, Cloud was in some spin-off games on Nintendo's titles, maybe. But I don't know. For the most part, though, Final Fantasy games really aren't on Nintendo systems. So it's like, why are we putting Cloud on there? I mean, then again, Tales games haven't really been on Nintendo systems lately either. But, I mean, they have had mainline Tales games on Nintendo systems more recently than a mainline Final Fantasy game, so... And Final Fantasy VII was never on a Nintendo system, so that's another thing, too. Like, what doesn't make any sense? Anyway, I don't know. I guess that's just my random thing. I don't know. I feel like I'm forgetting about other things, but either way, though, just a random thing to talk about before at the end of the video, though. I mean, I'm just curious what your thoughts on the Nintendo Direct are, if you watched it at all, and just some curious stuff here. I liked a lot of things about that. It was a nice Direct. Speaking of Twilight Princess HD, actually, I forgot to make my points on that. I'm not sure if I'm too satisfied about that either, because I have to say, I expected, when I saw Twilight Princess HD, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. You're probably going to give it like the Wind Waker HD treatment or whatnot. And then I saw it and I'm like, this looks exactly like the GameCube and Wii game that came out before. It's like, what, did they change anything at all? I feel like they didn't change anything. It's like, okay, whatever, sure. I guess that's okay, but I mean, I would have preferred them doing the same thing, like treat them equally, you know? If one gets an extra boost like Wind Waker did, then Twilight Princess should get a boost too. At least I think so, anyway. Alright, I'm done talking now. I don't think I have anything else to talk about, so... On the next exciting episode, everyone, we are gonna go do some fingerprinting. Let me know if you're actually excited for the possibility of this, because... I will say one thing, I was really not sure if I'd be able to even do the microphone segments, but... Because I knew there was going to be a fingerprinting segment. I knew that from the very beginning. Because I was like, I need to know what this microphone segment's all about. And I found out, oh, it's related to fingerprinting or something like that. And I was like, will I be able to do this? I don't know. I'm able to do it, though. So, you know what? That makes me happy, actually. I'm glad I can do that. At least for right now, it looks like I can do it anyway. Hopefully no complications arise in the future. But at the moment, it does look like I'm able to do it. So that's a great thing. We'll be able to actually finish this game, which is going to be... pretty good, if I do say so myself, anyway. I'll see you all later, everyone. Bye-bye!